interviews with business owners and veteran executives who share their wisdom and expertise to help you de-stress, free up time, and make more money. Profits of IT. Welcome back to the Profits of IT. I am Jim Punzenberger, your host and the creator of the Managed Prospecting System. If you're looking to generate new leads of partners or clients, be sure to check out managedprospectingsystem.com. Excited to have my prophet with me today, Michael. He is a former evil, devilish polycom sales guy that has now come back in his new life to redeem himself and give people what they really want and need, and something that's easy for them to use, or more specifically, small businesses to use, versus just selling them what the big corporates wanted them to buy. So, Michael, please take a minute to introduce yourself and tell us a quick bit about what you do.
Yeah, Jim, thanks. Well, you're right, and I appreciate the intro. For years, I towed the corporate line, was told to go sell technology to the market, and did so. Even though I realized that sometimes we're selling technology for the sake of selling technology, and not because the end user is really going to benefit. So what we've done is we formed a company to try to take technology and harness it for the good of the user, for the way the user works, instead of getting the user to change the way they work because technology is dictating it to them. We've got a new product that we're about to bring out that really reflects that. It's based on a generation of use. However, that is gone away, and we're taking that and just reimagining it. It's a communication app which runs on a mobile device, but it's totally different than anything else.
Cool. So what's something interesting about yourself outside of work?
Oh, what's interesting beyond work? Is there anything beyond work? All right, here's I am an attorney. And I'm sorry. And here's the interesting factoid. I was once in Who's Who in American Poetry. How about that? You don't find that every day.
Very, very interesting. So anyways, Michael, what would you say are keys to your success, or what might your superpower be when it comes to business? And how can others learn from that to be more successful themselves?
Yeah, here's one of the things I've always taught. I've taught a lot of salespeople, and I've always taught them the following: that they should let their curiosity run wild. My advice has always be, when you're approaching a prospect, to be curious about the things they're interested in. And most business people are very interested in talking about their business. Go with it. Too many salespeople are just interested in selling their product, and they want to steer the conversation into just what they want the customer or a prospect to talk about. And I invite people, let's talk about what they're interested in. While we may not get to something that is right on point with what we're trying to sell them, you'd be surprised many times we do find that there is some overlap in the product or services we have and what the customer currently needs and uses. So curiosity.
So any tips on getting better at curiosity? Or I guess what it comes down to is question. I'm assuming that the curiosity is really in the form of questions that you ask the prospect. Am I moving down the right track here?
Just like what you just did. It's kind of like running a podcast. Yes, question. A lot of open-ended questions, and that's, if you think about it, that's kind of a legal way of you're doing examination, right? So you are asking, right? Yeah, you're asking questions and letting them talk, taking notes on what they're talking about, and listening for cues that they're going to mention. And by the way, I also teach people never to say, tell me about the problems that you have here. That typically makes people mad because look, they'll say, I've been here for 20 years and you've been here for 20 minutes and you're going to solve my problems. Well, no, we don't approach things that way. We should approach it as, tell us about the challenges you have and tell us about the issues you might have. And there are some things that we might be able to help you with, because if we can combine your knowledge and our knowledge, we can come up with some ideas that may help you make or save money. So questions.
Any like specific questions that are good to ask when you're interrogating when you're interrogating your suspect as an attorney?
We don't call it interrogation, Jim. No, just things that, again, trying to steer toward the things that they're interested in. Everyone loves to tell their own story. And you invited me to tell mine. And by the way, I used a great amount of restraint just now because I know we only have so many minutes. Because if you really want to talk, if you really want me to talk about the product that we've got coming out, I can use up the next hour. But what we really want to do is we want to try to get the prospect to talk about the things that they're interested in. We'll listen for things and they'll hint to some things that maybe that we can have an effect on. And sometimes it might be very unusual. And I'll give you an example. Years ago, I was working for a paper company. They sold every kind of piece of paper. They sold cups and, napkins. And so just a wholesale paper company. And I traveled with one of the old salespeople. And he told me that he had a customer that he moved from plastic cups to paper cups, styrofoam to paper cups. Why? Because they had a lunch counter, and by changing to paper cups, the coffee gets colder faster, which means that people will drink it faster, which means they turn those chairs faster, which means they make more money. Amazing. He came up with a business opportunity, a challenge that maybe the person didn't even realize, to help that lunch counter make more money with paper cups. And so I learned very, very early that no matter what your product or service is, there probably is an application somewhere where you can really help a customer.
Got it. Any other thoughts regarding this?
No, as far as, look, if your curiosity and as far as, for example, what we're trying to build, are we building something that truly is going to be useful for clients? Look, I love the technology we built. I love it. It's my child and we patented it and I think it's great. But if other people don't think so, it will only remain my own little private child. It has to be something that other people are going to see value, or we're not going to do much business with it.
Got it. So, Michael, I guess we got an opportunity for ask or a networking moment. Anybody in particular that should be reaching out to you, and why should they be reaching out to you?
Yeah, look, anybody who's right now, our product that we're building, it's called multi-mobile, and it allows multiple telephone lines on multiple devices. It is a telephone system for small business, completely self-contained, and you don't have to buy any equipment. You don't have to wire anything. It's running on your cell phone. Anybody out there listening, if you're interested in that technology, I'd love to talk to you, because obviously we want to build something that people will find use and value in. I certainly do not know all the answers to all the questions. As a matter of fact, another little secret is you want to surround yourself with smart people. My goal has always been, I want to be the dumbest person in the room. So all I want to do is win. I don't care about the credit. If you do a great job, I'll give you, Jim, I'll give you all the credit. And if we do a terrible job, I'll take all the blame. So anybody out there who's interested in how technology can be harnessed for the way people actually work, then I'd love to talk to you.
And in a simple way, and on relatively simple devices like this thing right here.
That's correct.
That's all that's needed.
And look, there are other ideas.
I assume that it could be a laptop or other things too, right?
Or a tablet. Any device that gets to the internet will be able to enter into that.
And how should they reach out to you?
They can you want my cell phone number, or they can go to our website.
Whatever you want to give.
No, let's not do that, because I don't want 1,000 people. Go to midair.com. It's MIDAIRE.com. And by the way, it's got the alpha version of our software is demoed there, and you can see it. And please don't write me about the quality of the demo itself, because I was recording it. I had 2 calls going at the same time. I'm doing all the narration. I realize it's not beautiful, but it does demonstrate what it is. Go to that website, or write me at LeBrun. That's MALEB as in boy, RUN at midair.com. Happy to talk to you and happy to have a conversation.
Well, thank you, Michael. It's been fun chatting with you here, and learning about how you interrogate your suspects as an attorney and to get them to buy from you.
That's right. Jim, thank you. I appreciate the time.
Until next time on the Prophets of IT, I am Jim Punzenberger, your host, and the creator of the Managed Prospecting System. If you're looking to generate new partners or clients, be sure to check out managedprospectingsystem.com.
Thank you for tuning in to the Prophets of IT. Please smash that like button, subscribe, and share.